Middlesex seconds matched the current efforts of the first 11 with a thumping 5-wicket win over Gloucestershire in their 50-over contest at Radlett, the victory coming with 10 overs to spare. In the field after losing the toss, Ryan Higgins got the ball rolling by removing Miles Hammond in the game's first over. Indeed, it was 2 for Higgins with the first 4 balls of the match, as he also trapped Jordan Garrett in front with his next delivery, the visitors quickly stumbling to 4 for 2. And that became 6 for 3 with the 8th ball of the match, as George Hankins chased one from Martin Anderson and edged behind to Robbie White for his second early catch. A speedy finish looked on the cards when the wicket-hungry Higgins struck for a 3rd time on his way to figures of 3 for 43. James Webb was the man bowled there before a bit of recovery from Gloucestershire, which was ended as Will Tavares was LBW on the sweep to spinner Thilan Walallawita. Craig Miles and James Bracey then added 65 runs for the 6th wicket. That stand ended by White stumping off Don Manuelga after making 35 of a score of 148 for 6. There were still 16.5 overs left when Bracey was the 7th to fall for a nicely compiled 72, Walallawita with wicket number 2, the batsman driving to George Scott. Middlesex kept well on top of their opponents when Chris Liddle was bowled by Walallawita, before the spinner added a 4th success for figures of 4 for 45 as Tom Hampton was bowled. In the end, Gloucestershire did well to get to 216, their last pair adding 41 runs before Scott ended the innings in the 46th over. Max Holden fell for 3 at the start of the Middlesex reply, but they then took complete control through skipper Cameron Steele and Higgins. Steele struck that early 6 and played some other delightful cricket shots, timing and placing the ball superbly as he quickly put aside any nerves about the chase. Higgins, meanwhile, showed off his experience with an array of quality shots, perhaps none better than this one, which carried the distance. He added 81 runs for the 2nd wicket in 16 overs with Steele, who fell for 35, but Higgins pressed on in what was a very good individual performance for the 21-year-old, who's played 21 times in white ball cricket for the first team. He eased to a 50 here, an innings which just about confirmed his side's domination of this contest, one which had become somewhat one-sided. Higgins celebrated his achievement by pushing on even more, adding 2 more maximums to his tally. He was eventually out for 75, made from 115 balls, an innings containing 6 4s and 3 6s, and by the time he was done, only 57 more runs were required from 20 overs. Middlesex also lost Scott for 30, leaving it to White and left-hander Anshuman Rath to guide their side comfortably towards the winning line. White was out with just 4 runs needed, which brought in Tom Lace, who hit the first ball he faced to the boundary rope at 3rd man to confirm what was a very solid performance from Middlesex's next batch of stars. They won this match at a canter really, ending on 217 for 5 with 10 overs unused, their margin of success being by 5 wickets. All in the Middlesex garden is looking pretty rosy right now.